Welcome back to another episode on the J.A.T side. Sorry for no music today in the intro, but it's a very important day. It's a huge day in the sport of basketball specifically, but in all sports. Um, if you're just a sports fan in general, you know that today is game one, or tonight is game one of the 2024 NBA Finals between the Dallas Mavericks coming out of the West and the Boston Celtics coming out of the East. But before we get into our NBA Finals predictions, I have a couple of quick announcements. So this month of June, I hope to get some people on the podcast, and if you're interested in being featured on the JAT side, feel free to hit me up on social media or email me. Find a way to get in touch with me. If you were interested in being on the JAT side and you're serious about being featured on the JAT side, when you contact me, just let me know your government name and what topic or topics you would want to be talking about on your episode. I'm really open to anything this month. I'm not gonna lie, because I really don't have any like set thing. But I do have a couple of episodes that I know I'm gonna come out with. So yeah, just stay tuned. But once again, if you would like to be featured from the JT side, contact me with your government name and the topic that you would want to talk about, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. And honestly, that was really the only announcement I had. I hope you guys have had a great couple of first weeks to start off your summer. And let's go ahead and get into our NBA Finals predictions now. Originally, I was going to be doing this with a couple of people from my school who contacted me a while back trying to get on the podcast, but unfortunately, due to scheduling conflicts, I didn't want to not get this episode out, so I went ahead and just decided to do it solo. But yeah. So I originally was going to ask both of these guys 3 questions. And honestly, this episode, I'm just going to be answering those 3 questions myself, since they're not on the podcast to answer them. And, like I said, I didn't want to miss this opportunity to get a episode out, but I knew I wanted to get an episode out, but I thought it was going to be with some guests. But it is all good because we're still going to get the content out and it's still going to be great. All right, number 1. The first question I had for them was, who wins the finals and in how many games? So me personally, I think that both teams, they have 2 awesome duos. Obviously, for the Celtics, it's Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, who is actually from Marietta, Georgia. For those of you who didn't know, Jaylen Brown attended Marietta High School before going to play at the University of California for 1 season before he got drafted into the NBA. And for Dallas, it's Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving. Kyrie getting back to the finals for the first time, I want to say, since I don't know if he made it with Boston, but honestly, this is a full circle moment for Kyrie Irving, because he used to play for Boston, and the Boston fans, they're known to be very hostile towards players, especially black players, because there's some racist people everywhere, but there's definitely some racist people in Boston. And it's, kind of like I said, a full circle moment. I feel like Kyrie's going to be extra locked in coming back to Boston, because Boston is the first place, or the last team before Brooklyn, I think, that Kyrie played for. And I want to say he took them to the Eastern Conference Finals. I'm not sure if he made it to the finals with the Celtics. We all know Kyrie has 1 ring right now. That was with LeBron in 2016, when they made the 3-1 comeback on the 73-win Warriors that year, which was absolutely incredible to witness. That's crazy. That was 8 whole years ago. And I was only 8 years old when that finals took place. Now I'm 16. Kyrie's back in the finals with Luka Doncic instead of, LeBron is his like kind of duo. But into my pick, I'm gonna take the Dallas Mavericks in. I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna go 7 because I really feel like Dallas, they were gonna steal a game, either game 1 or game 2. So I'm gonna say Dallas in 6. I still feel a little bold saying that, just because like Boston's had so much success this year, but as we saw in 2016, it doesn't matter if you have 75 wins, 73 wins, 64 wins, which is the win total for Boston, you can still be beat in the playoffs. So I'm going to take Dallas in 6 games. Not only are they more experienced, they have, I think, better leadership from a, kind of been there, done that standpoint. I know Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown went to the finals 2 years ago, but Kyrie Irving, this is his 4th NBA finals. So think about that. Luka Doncic, although this is his first NBA finals, he's been playing professional basketball since he was a young teenager. So he's already had experience in high pressure situations playing in Europe. So yeah, I'm gonna take Dallas in 6. Second question I had for them was, what's one player that you think is going to make a big impact in the series besides the dynamic duos on both teams? And we already went over the duos on both teams, but one player that I think is going to make a big impact in this series, and a player to watch for, is going to be Derek Lively on the Mavericks. Now, for those of you who don't know, Derek Lively is a rookie who was originally selected by the Thunder, but was then dealt to the Mavericks, traded to the Mavericks. And honestly, he's proved to be one of the best things that could have happened to Dallas this year, like new additions to the team. Derek Lively did not miss a single shot in the whole Western Conference Finals, and he's been battling a lot off the court and on the court. He lost his mother a couple of months ago to cancer, and he also has been battling a neck injury. He got kicked in the back of his head in the Western Conference Finals. He's been going through a lot, and the fact that he's still out there playing for his team, giving them great minutes, to be honest. He's literally maximizing his role right now, and the world is just starting to take notice. But I think that's one player that is going to be key to watch this series. And finally, the last question I have for them was, who will benefit more from winning the finals? Basically, who needs to win more for any reason? I think this is a pretty obvious answer for me. I think it's Kyrie Irving and the Mavericks, because, a lot of people, they say, oh, LeBron carried Kyrie or this and that, so it doesn't, really count as much. But if Kyrie's able to get a championship without LeBron, it changes the way that people are going to talk about him forever. And his legacy will really, if it wasn't already cemented, Kyrie's legacy will definitely be cemented. And not only, he won't just be remembered as a winner because of LeBron, he'll be remembered as a winner, period. If you can win more than one NBA Finals in your career, I think you're considered an all-time great. Especially at the role that Kyrie Irving's playing. He's not like a role player. He's not somebody who gets, 12, 13 minutes a game. Nothing against the players in the NBA, because even getting 12, 13 minutes a game in the NBA is an incredible accomplishment. But this is a guy who goes out there. He's a starter, all-star type player. So, getting 2 finals and winning one without one of the arguably greatest players of all time is, that would really cement himself and his legacy. Definitely, I think he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. He wins the finals this year. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys today, though. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Feel free to let me know who you guys think is going to win the finals. Celtics or Mavericks, and how many games are they going to win it in? I love y'all. Until next time, I'm your host, Jalen Austin Taylor, and I